Gathering around the TV with family and friends was more than entertainment. It defined an era. These 25 iconic 1970s shows brought laughter, thrills, and timeless memories. Which was your favorite? Let's dive in. MASH was more than just a show about doctors and nurses at war. It was a series that turned the harsh reality of the Korean War into a mix of laughter, empathy, and humanity. The characters at the 4077th Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, from Hawkeye's sharp wit to Radar's innocence and Hot Lip's fiery personality, connected with audiences on a deep level. It tackled the absurdities of war, showing how humor and friendship became tools for survival. Its series finale, Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen, still stands as one of the most watched episodes in television history, reflecting the profound impact the show had on viewers. Fans didn't just watch these characters, they felt like family, laughing and crying with them across 11 seasons. What was your favorite memory from MASH? For many, this show remains a defining example of blending comedy and drama in a way that resonates across generations. Set in a nostalgic vision of the 1950s, Happy Days captivated 1970s audiences with its wholesome, feel-good vibe. The Cunningham family and their cool, leather jacket-wearing friend Fonzie felt like they were right out of America's heartland. Richie Cunningham, played by Ron Howard, was the everyman character audiences could relate to. But it was Fonzie, played by Henry Winkler, who became an icon with his catchphrase, "Aye," and rebellious charm. The show brought an era of innocence back to life while delivering timeless lessons on family and friendship. Fonzie's effortless cool made him a role model, while Richie's wholesome personality reminded viewers of simpler times. Which character brought you the most joy? Many still cherish the show's spirit, which managed to combine humor with heartwarming, relatable themes, making it a staple of classic American television. All in the Family was revolutionary for tackling controversial social issues through the life of Archie Bunker, a character who became both beloved and infamous. With his blunt views and traditional mindset, Archie sparked conversations in households across America, often leaving viewers to confront their own beliefs. Alongside him was his caring but sometimes naive wife, Edith, whose rendition of "Those Were the Days" set the nostalgic tone for each episode. While the Bunker's modest home symbolized the average American household, the show was anything but average in its approach to addressing themes like race, gender, and politics. All in the Family used humor to discuss topics others avoided, balancing comedy with moments that encouraged viewers to think critically. The show's courage in addressing these issues, paired with relatable characters, created a series that not only entertained, but also made a lasting impact on American television and culture. Mary Richards wasn't just a character on TV, she was a symbol of independence and ambition for a generation of women. The Mary Tyler Moore Show followed Mary as she built her career as a television producer in Minneapolis, navigating challenges that resonated with working women everywhere. With friends like the tough but lovable Lou Grant, the funny and sometimes clueless Ted Baxter, and the ever-supportive Rhoda, Mary's journey was as much about personal growth as it was about professional success. The show skillfully combined comedy with a realistic portrayal of life's struggles, becoming a cultural phenomenon. When Mary tossed her hat in the air in the opening credits, it felt like a celebration of resilience and optimism. Her catchphrase, "You're gonna make it after all," became an anthem for those daring to pursue their dreams. This show wasn't just entertaining, it was empowering. Sanford and Son followed the humorous adventures of Fred Sanford, a cantankerous junk dealer, and his loyal but often frustrated son, Lamont. Set in the heart of a Los Angeles junkyard, the show turned simple, everyday moments into comedic gold, thanks to Red Fox's unforgettable portrayal of Fred. Whether he was scheming to get out of work or playfully faking a heart attack with his famous "I'm coming, Elizabeth" line, Fred brought a unique charm to the role. Lamont's role as the more grounded character created a hilarious contrast, and their father-son dynamic gave the show heart and relatability. Sanford and Son resonated with audiences for its blend of sharp humor and family love, capturing millions of viewers each week. Did Sanford and Son bring humor into your home too? For many, it's a classic that's just as funny today as it was decades ago. In The $6 Million Man, Steve Austin, an astronaut turned bionic man, became a cultural icon as he performed superhuman feats. Played by Lee Majors, Steve's story captivated viewers, blending science fiction with action in a way that thrilled audiences and sparked imaginations. The show's memorable slow-motion scenes, complete with that famous bionic sound effect, became its signature, allowing fans to experience every incredible leap, run, and fight in suspenseful detail. Each week, viewers tuned in to see Steve Austin use his bionic limbs and eye to fight crime and complete daring missions, asking themselves just how far technology could take humanity. The combination of heroism, futuristic tech, and adventure made The $6 Million Man a must-watch for fans of sci-fi and action. This series didn't just entertain, it also made us wonder about the possibilities of human enhancement and the future of science. With its catchy theme song and unique family dynamic, The Brady Bunch became one of television's most beloved family shows. The show followed Mike and Carol Brady, who brought their 6 children together to form a blended family filled with love, laughter, and lessons. Each episode centered on relatable issues, from sibling rivalry to teenage crushes, allowing audiences to see bits of themselves in the Brady kids: Marcia, Greg, Jan, Peter, Cindy, and Bobby. Memorable moments like "Marcia, Marcia, Marcia" became iconic, and the show's playful yet heartfelt approach endeared it to families everywhere. Alice, the family's quirky housekeeper, added even more humor to the mix, making this household feel complete. Decades later, The Brady Bunch still resonates with fans who grew up with its messages of kindness, resilience, and togetherness, proving that family shows like this are timeless classics that continue to bring joy to new generations. Good Times stood out as a sitcom that offered both laughs and a glimpse into real-life struggles, set against the backdrop of a Chicago housing project. The show centered around the Evans family, a working-class black family facing economic hardships but striving to make the best of their circumstances. With JJ as the standout character, his famous "Dynamite" catchphrase brought a dose of comedy even in serious moments, balancing humor with the family's challenges. Driven by love, resilience, and hope, parents Florida and James Evans provided stability and wisdom, while the children navigated their own struggles. Good Times was more than just a sitcom. It addressed issues of poverty, race, and family, resonating deeply with viewers and making it an important part of TV history. For many fans, this show was a relatable and comforting reminder of the strength families find in each other, no matter the circumstances. Laverne and Shirley spun off from Happy Days, following 2 lovable best friends who worked at a Milwaukee brewery. Laverne, known for her trademark L monogram on her sweaters, and Shirley, with her quirky optimism, made a perfect comedic duo. They tackled life's challenges with humor, resilience, and an unbreakable friendship. The show was filled with slapstick moments, like their unforgettable assembly line antics with gloves in the beer factory. Their shared apartment was as eccentric as they were, featuring all sorts of quirky decor that added to the show's charm. Catchphrases like "Schlemiel, Schlemazel" became iconic, capturing the spirit of friendship and fun that made this show special. Laverne and Shirley's bond was so genuine that it resonated deeply with viewers, creating timeless, feel-good television. Their friendship was a celebration of laughter, resilience, and support, a combination that made audiences fall in love with them every week. Bob Newhart's deadpan humor and quick wit defined The Bob Newhart Show, where he played Dr. Bob Hartley, a psychologist surrounded by eccentric patients and friends. Newhart's understated style was his trademark. With just a pause or a look, he could leave audiences in stitches. The show focused on Bob's interactions with his patients, whose quirks and peculiarities created endless comedic moments, and his relationship with his wife Emily, who added warmth and balance to his life. Bob's calm and collected approach in the face of chaos, whether dealing with his patients or his neurotic neighbor Howard, made each episode a delightful experience. The clever dialogue and Newhart's unique delivery made the show stand out as a masterclass in comedy. It was a show about the humor in everyday life and relationships, with characters who felt as real and relatable as they were hilarious. Detective Theo Kojak, played by Telly Savalas, brought a new level of cool to crime dramas. With his iconic catchphrase, "Who loves ya, baby?" and his ever-present lollipop, Kojak was as memorable as he was tough. This gritty police procedural followed Kojak as he tackled crime in New York City, with a mix of toughness, style, and intelligence that made him a captivating character. Unlike other detectives, Kojak didn't rely on gadgets or gimmicks, just his street smarts and a no-nonsense approach to justice. His smooth, charismatic persona brought a fresh energy to the genre, redefining what it meant to be a TV detective. Telly Savalas's portrayal left a lasting impression, making Kojak an iconic figure in television history. The show's blend of action, suspense, and Kojak's unique personality made it a favorite for fans of crime dramas who loved a protagonist with both grit and charm. Based on Laura Ingalls Wilder's beloved books, Little House on the Prairie captured the joys and struggles of life on the American frontier. The series followed the Ingalls family, Pa, Ma, Laura, Mary, and Carrie, as they faced the challenges of pioneer life with resilience, love, and faith. Set in the rural town of Walnut Grove, the show depicted the beauty of family bonds, the hardships of farm life, and the importance of community. Michael Landon's portrayal of Charles Ingalls added warmth and strength to the family's story, while Melissa Gilbert's Laura brought curiosity and innocence. Viewers watched the family endure illness, natural disasters, and loss, all while finding happiness in the simple moments. For many, Little House on the Prairie is a heartwarming reminder of the values of family, hard work, and kindness, leaving a lasting legacy as one of television's most cherished family dramas. Charlie's Angels redefined action television by putting three strong, capable women in the spotlight. Working as private detectives for the mysterious and unseen Charlie, these angels, portrayed by Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline Smith, and Kate Jackson, faced danger, intrigue, and adventure every week. With a mix of action, glamour, and clever detective work, the show quickly became a hit. Farrah Fawcett's feathered hairstyle became iconic, turning her into a cultural phenomenon and inspiring countless fans. But the show was more than just a trendsetter. It was a groundbreaking portrayal of women in action roles, showing audiences that women could be as tough, smart, and resourceful as any male hero. The Angels' friendship and teamwork gave the show depth, and their victories over criminals made them role models. Charlie's Angels remains a symbol of empowerment and fun, proving that women could lead an action series and capture the public's imagination. The Jeffersons was more than just a sitcom. It was a landmark in television history. As one of the first shows to focus on a successful black family, it broke new ground with its sharp humor and social commentary. George Jefferson, played by Sherman Hemsley, was a character with big ambitions and an even bigger personality, who had moved his family on up from Queens to a high-rise in Manhattan. His wife, Louise, or Wheezy, brought warmth and reason to balance George's fiery character. The show didn't shy away from exploring topics like racism and class, but it did so with humor, making these conversations accessible to a wide audience. The theme song, Movin' On Up, became an anthem of success and ambition. The Jeffersons remains a trailblazing show that celebrated resilience and community while making audiences laugh, leaving a lasting impact on television and cultural representation. Starsky and Hutch was a buddy cop show that followed two detectives, David Starsky with his trademark cardigan, and Ken Hutch Hutchinson, the more level-headed partner. Together, they fought crime in Bay City, California, driving their iconic red Ford Grand Torino with the white stripe, a car that became almost as famous as the show itself. Known for its thrilling chases, undercover operations, and gritty street scenes, the show had action and suspense that kept audiences on the edge of their seats. But beyond the excitement, it was the chemistry between Starsky and Hutch that made the show special. Their friendship was at the heart of the series, and fans loved watching their camaraderie in both intense and lighthearted moments. Starsky and Hutch brought a fresh, dynamic energy to crime dramas, with a blend of action, style, and heartfelt partnership that remains memorable to this day. Chico and the Man was a groundbreaking sitcom that introduced audiences to the first American TV show with a Latino lead. The show followed Chico Rodriguez, a young, optimistic Chicano played by Freddie Prinze, and Ed Brown, a grumpy, set-in-his-ways mechanic portrayed by Jack Albertson. Set in Ed's rundown garage in East Los Angeles, the show centered on the unlikely friendship that developed between Chico and Ed. Despite their cultural differences, Chico's humor, warmth, and optimism eventually softened Ed's life's rough edges, showing audiences the power of friendship to bridge divides. Chico and the Man tackled themes of prejudice and generational gaps while keeping the tone light and humorous, with Prince's charm making Chico an instant favorite. The show offered representation at a time when diversity on television was limited, leaving a legacy as a heartwarming and influential sitcom that resonated with many viewers. One Day at a Time was a unique sitcom that focused on the life of Ann Romano, a recently divorced mother raising her two daughters, Julie and Barbara, in Indianapolis. As one of the first shows to portray a single-parent household, it offered a fresh perspective that resonated with many viewers. Ann, played by Bonnie Franklin, was a determined, independent woman navigating the challenges of parenting on her own, while also balancing her career and personal growth. The show tackled issues like financial struggles, dating, and generational conflicts, always with a blend of humor and sincerity. Schneider, the building's quirky superintendent, added a humorous dynamic to the family's life. One Day at a Time stood out for its relatable themes of resilience and independence, providing comfort and inspiration to audiences who saw their own lives reflected in Ann's journey. It was both groundbreaking and heartwarming, earning its place in TV history. The Rockford Files introduced audiences to private investigator Jim Rockford, a character who defied the typical hard-boiled detective stereotype. Played by James Garner, Rockford was charming, laid back, and often humorous, giving the show a unique tone that set it apart from other crime dramas of the time. Living in a trailer on the beach and frequently avoiding conflict, Rockford used his wit and cleverness to solve cases rather than brute force. The show's blend of mystery, humor, and action kept viewers engaged, and Rockford's frequent mishaps made him relatable and endearing. His iconic answering machine messages, which began each episode, added a memorable touch. The Rockford Files became a must-watch for fans of detective stories, combining thrilling mysteries with witty dialogue and a likable protagonist who wasn't afraid to bend the rules. Rockford's cool, everyman charm made the show a lasting favorite among mystery lovers.
Three's Company was a sitcom that thrived on misunderstandings and slapstick humor, following three roommates, Jack Tripper, Janet Wood, and Chrissy Snow, living together in a California apartment. Jack, played by John Ritter, often found himself in awkward situations that led to comedic chaos, usually involving his mistaken identity as a man pretending to be gay to satisfy the conservative landlord, Mr. Roper. The show's humor was driven by Jack's clumsy attempts to navigate situations without being found out, leading to hilarious misunderstandings with Janet and Chrissy. Mr. Roper and later Mr. Furley, played by Don Knotts, added to the comedic tension with their quirky personalities and reactions to Jack's antics. Three's Company became famous for its physical comedy and lighthearted storyline, offering audiences endless laughs while subtly exploring themes of friendship and societal expectations. It remains a classic for its humorous approach to everyday mishaps. Welcome Back, Cotter followed teacher Gabe Cotter as he returned to his old high school in Brooklyn to teach a class of remedial students known as the Sweat Hogs. This group of lovable misfits included Vinnie Barbarino, played by a young John Travolta, along with other memorable characters like Freddie Boom Boom Washington, Juan Epstein, and Arnold Horshack. Mr. Cotter's unconventional teaching style and his personal connection to the Sweat Hogs created a unique blend of comedy and heartfelt moments. The show's humor came from the students' antics and Cotter's witty comebacks, while its heart lay in the bond between Cotter and his class. Welcome Back, Cotter celebrated the importance of second chances and the positive impact a teacher could have on students often overlooked by others. With its catchy theme song and unforgettable characters, it remains a nostalgic favorite that captured the humor and challenges of high school life. Beretta brought a gritty, realistic tone to crime dramas, with Detective Tony Beretta, played by Robert Blake, as its hard-edged yet compassionate protagonist. Beretta, known for his street smarts and unconventional methods, was a plainclothes cop who preferred working in his own rough style, rather than following the typical procedures. His pet cockatoo, Fred, became as iconic as the detective himself, adding a quirky charm to the character's otherwise tough persona. Beretta's famous catchphrase, "Don't do the crime if you can't do the time," served as a moral warning, underscoring his commitment to justice. The show's urban settings, authentic dialogue, and intense storylines made it stand out in the genre, and Blake's portrayal of Beretta gave the character depth and relatability. Beretta combined drama with a sense of real-world consequences, making it a memorable addition to 1970s television that resonated with crime drama fans. Taxi was a comedy drama that followed the lives of cab drivers working for the Sunshine Cab Company in New York City. The ensemble cast included memorable characters like the grumpy dispatcher Louis De Palma, played by Danny DeVito, and the eccentric immigrant mechanic Latka Gravas, portrayed by Andy Kaufman. Each character brought a unique perspective to the show, from Alex, the level-headed cabbie, to Bobby, the aspiring actor. Taxi masterfully combined humor with touching, relatable moments, portraying the struggles and dreams of working-class people. Its humor was balanced with a sense of realism, highlighting the ups and downs of everyday life. The characters' relationships and camaraderie provided heartwarming scenes, making audiences feel like they were part of the Sunshine Cab family. Taxi resonated with viewers for its authentic portrayal of friendship and resilience in the face of life's challenges, cementing its place as a beloved classic. WKRP in Cincinnati took viewers behind the scenes of a small radio station, offering a humorous look at the eccentric staff and chaotic happenings within the world of radio broadcasting. The characters ranged from the laid-back DJ Doctor, Johnny Fever, to the uptight and business-focused station manager, Mr. Carlson, creating a perfect mix of personalities. Each episode brought the quirks and mishaps of the WKRP staff to life, from odd on-air antics to hilarious misunderstandings. The show's blend of humor and heart made it endearing to audiences, as it tackled issues like rock and roll culture, censorship, and the changing music industry. WKRP in Cincinnati captured the charm and chaos of radio, showing both the highs and lows of working in such an unpredictable environment. For many fans, it offered a nostalgic, laugh-out-loud view into a fast-paced industry that remains fascinating and relatable even today. Columbo stood out from other detective shows with its unique storytelling approach, revealing the culprit at the beginning of each episode. The mystery lay in watching Lieutenant Columbo, played brilliantly by Peter Falk, unravel the case in his unassuming yet persistent manner. With his iconic trenchcoat, cigar, and catchphrase, "Just one more thing," Columbo became a beloved television character. His low-key demeanor and apparent absent-mindedness often led suspects to underestimate him, a mistake they'd regret as he pieced together clues with razor-sharp intellect. Falk's portrayal made Columbo an unforgettable character, bringing both charm and depth to the role. The show's clever writing and distinct format kept viewers engaged as Columbo maneuvered through each case, outsmarting criminals who thought they had committed the perfect crime. Columbo remains a legendary series, celebrated for its suspenseful plots and Falk's iconic performance, making it a staple in the detective genre. Emergency was a groundbreaking series that introduced audiences to the high-stakes world of paramedics and emergency responders, focusing on the heroic work of Los Angeles County Fire Department's Squad 51. The show followed paramedics John Gage, played by Randolph Mantooth, and Roy DeSoto, played by Kevin Tighe, as they responded to medical emergencies and saved lives in intense, often life-threatening situations. Emergency brought real-life drama and action to the small screen, offering viewers a glimpse into the challenges and rewards of being a first responder. With gripping rescue scenes, authentic medical procedures, and complex cases, the series emphasized the dedication and bravery required in the field. As one of the first shows to highlight emergency medical services, it not only entertained but also inspired many to pursue careers as paramedics and firefighters. Emergency remains a memorable tribute to those who put their lives on the line to protect and serve. From laughter to drama, each of these shows brought something unique to television. They entertained, inspired, and left a lasting impact, creating memories that many still cherish today. Which show did you love most? Let us know in the comments.